Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing this quick, easy, and delicious recipe for this brown stewed chicken. Now, I've shared this recipe a while ago on my channel, but I wanted to give you an updated recipe, and I'm going to be including some different ingredients and a different method into making this. So if you want to see how I put this together, please keep on watching. So I started off in a large heavy bottom pot and I added in some oil, and once it heated up, I went ahead and I added in my brown sugar. Now you can use white sugar for this, but the sugar is not going to get as dark as the brown sugar would get. And on a medium heat, I'm just going ahead and roasting that sugar in the hot oil until it gets very bubbly and amber colored like this. Once you see it start to bubble up vigorously, that's how you know it's done, and you want to go ahead and add in your chicken right away. So at this point, I'm adding in my chicken that I've chopped up, I've washed, and I've seasoned very well. Now, the way I've seasoned my chicken, I will leave the ingredients in the description box right below this video, but all I did was put some garlic powder, some onion flakes, some black pepper, a little bit of salt, as well as lots of green seasoning that I freshly made. When you first add in that chicken, you just want to let it sit by itself for like 1 to 2 minutes so that sugar can go ahead and sear onto the meat. And after that, you can go ahead and start to stir it. If you were to stir the chicken right away, it's never going to catch the color of the sugar. You want to make sure that you let it sear and seep with that sugar for a while. And this is exactly the color that you'll get if you let that sugar really burn onto the chicken a little bit, a nice golden dark brown color. So at this point, I'm going to keep on stirring this around very well, and I'm going to let the chicken release all of its natural juices, and then I'm going to allow those juices to evaporate it, and you basically want to brown the chicken into the pot and get it into a nice color. This is after about 5 minutes of cooking my chicken with that sugar. As you all can see, it's starting to take on that color a little bit more, and it's starting to dry up a bit, but it needs a little bit more time to get very dry and crispy on the bottom. So the chicken is dried up very, very well. At this point, I'm going to be going in with a little bit of ketchup. Now this might seem a little bit weird to everybody, but trust me, the ketchup is going to add a nice sweetness, it's going to add a little bit of a tang, and of course it's going to give that rich tomato flavor. I'm also going to be going in with a little bit of tomato paste as well. If you wanted to use all ketchup, you could, or if you wanted to use all tomato paste, you could do that as well. You can go ahead and mix it up as per your own taste and likings. And all we're going to do is stir this up very well, and we're going to continue to cook this until everything dries up even more and everything is clinging to that chicken. So at this point, I'm also going to be going in with a little bit of cashew. The cashew is going to go ahead and help it with that color as well. Now, if you do not have cashew, you do not have to add it. You can also go in with a little bit of browning if you wanted to, or you can just leave it as is because this already has a nice color. I just like it for it to be a little bit darker than it. I'm only going in with a few tablespoons worth just to give it some extra color. So at this point, I just added in some chopped onions, some chopped hot pepper, as well as some freshly chopped culantro, and all of that is to add some extra flavor. I also went in with some crushed garlic, and I'm going in with some salt to taste. You just want to stir all of these ingredients around until everything is combined and until those onions and aromatics have a chance to cook down a little bit. Now, once you see that everything starts to stick at the bottom and all of those onions have cooked down a bit, it is time to go in with some water to cover the meat. Now, this is regular chicken from my local grocery store. It is not fresh fowl or hard fowl, so it doesn't need a long time to cook. But I'm still covering it with that water because I'm using my gas stove outside and the heat on it is a little more powerful, so I know it's going to dry up quicker. So all you want to do when you add in that water is you want to scrape down the sides, scrape everything down, and you're going to cover this and let it boil until the chicken's done. So this chicken needs about 15 more minutes to cook, but before I let it finish, I want to go ahead and add in some finely chopped carrots, and I'm also going to be going in with some red beans or kidney beans. Now the carrots and the beans are totally optional. You can make a plain brown stew chicken, but trust me, by adding these in, it makes more of a complete meal, it makes it nice and hearty, and it makes it super delicious. If you wanted to add in some potatoes as well, feel free to do that too. So we're going to cover this, lower the heat, and let it simmer down until the carrots and the chicken are cooked. Now this is what my brown stew chicken is looking like, and let me tell you all something. This looks absolutely amazing. It smells great. My entire backyard smells amazing. So we're going to stir this up, and at this point, if you feel like the gravy is a little too thin, you can leave the pot open and you can let it boil down a bit. But for me, this is going to be perfect because I'm serving this in a couple of hours, and also it'll thicken up over time. Once you get to your desired texture for the gravy and once your meat and the carrots are cooked, you can go ahead and taste it and adjust any seasonings you want to adjust, and then it is ready to serve. Feel free to top this with some chopped scallions, finish it with some green seasoning, or even some chopped culantro. So this is my final brown stew chicken. It came together absolutely amazing. I'm going to be serving this today with some hot jasmine rice. and this is going to be an amazing dinner. If you all want to try something new for the holidays, please give my recipe a try for this brown stew chicken. It is absolutely delicious, simple ingredients, and it came together in absolutely no time. If you enjoyed this video today, please go ahead and give it a nice big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed yet, and go ahead and drop your comments down below and let me know what you'd like to see next. I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye everyone!